Hello guys, welcome to my channel, and today we are going to cover a very interesting topic, which is Einstein for developer. So Salesforce has recently launched it and I thought I should make a video on this. So we are going to cover a lot of stuff in details, and we will also going to see the working demo for this. So apart from this, we will also see some of the error and issues that I have faced while I was working on this. So this is going to be a very good session. So without further delay, let's jump into the content and see how does it work. So first thing first, so we have 5 agenda to cover. So we will go over each of them, and we will see the brief description about each of them. So let's go into the first topic, which is generative AI. So before we jump into the generative AI, so let us understand what is Einstein. So Einstein is basically a Salesforce AI tool. So in Salesforce terminology, all the AI tools are represented as Einstein. So you have noticed like all the AI tool of Salesforce, like Einstein case classification, Einstein article recommendation, or Einstein analytics. So all those are prefixed as Einstein. So that is how the Salesforce represent the AI aspects of Salesforce. Now coming back to the generative AI, so let us understand what is artificial intelligence. So this is nothing but there are some intelligent agent, which is basically the system that has been trained in a way that they can understand, they can learn, and they can reason, and they can also act upon the instructions that we provide. And the generative AI is the subdomain of the artificial intelligence, which deals with generating contents, and the contents can be anything like images, the text and audio, or the video, right? But nowadays the system is not that much advanced that it can generate the images and the video kind of files. But near future, I think these all capabilities are also possible. So going to the next topic, which is generative AI code for Apex. So let us understand this. So as we understand the generative AI, so in Salesforce, this will going to generate a code for us. And how does it work? So in backend, so Salesforce has the machine learning algorithms and the models, so that has been trained with the existing Apex code. So when the next time when we ask any question, so they will be going to generate the Apex code for us. So that code can be in Apex trigger classes, Apex classes, or retest classes as well. So let me summarize how we are going to use this. So we have to do some setup in our VS Code, and we also have to do some setup in our org. And after doing those setup, we will be asking the question in our natural language, and the tool will be able to generate the code for us. So moving on to the system requirement that is required for this. So basically we have to install the VS Code, which should have a version of 1.76 or above. So if you don't have this version, I will also show you how you can update your VS Code easily to update your VS Code version. The next thing is like we need to go in our Salesforce org, and then we need to enable Einstein for developer. The third thing is we need to check if our CLI is updated or not, or this we can check later as well. If there is some error or any issues, then we can check this as well. And the last step is we need to install Einstein for developer extension in our VS Code. So this is another important step, and then we will be ready to ask our question, and we'll see how Salesforce is going to basically it will going to generate the code for us. So let's move into the next one, which is the demo. So let me show how we are going to do all those stuff. I came to my VS Code, and here, so the first thing is like how can you update your VS Code the version, right? So I'm in my MacBook. Okay, so you can go to file, there will be one, so you can go to code, and then you could go check for updates, right? So once you do this, okay, it will automatically checks, and then it will automatically update your VS Code version, and then you need to restart. So remember this, you need to restart, then like you can go ahead with the other steps. For your Windows, I think the same option will be there for you, so you need to do the same thing. The next thing is like we need to go to in our Salesforce org. So let me switch on there. Okay, so I'm in my Salesforce free org. So here you need to go to your setup. Okay, after going to setup, you need to just type Einstein for developer, and then you're going to get this one, Einstein for developer. You need to enable this. So that's it. That's the only step you have to do in your system. Moving back, and here you need to go to your extension, and here you need to type Einstein for developer, and the first thing that you can see here is like Einstein for developer. So this is the extension, you need to install it. Okay, after doing both the things and checking your Salesforce CLI version, you can restart your VS Code and it should work. But sometimes you might get some error. Okay, and there is one error that I faced, like it was not able to register, and whenever I'm trying to launch this Salesforce Einstein for developer, it was not getting launched. So what I did is I restarted my system, because one of the instance was open for the VS Code and it was basically blocking it. So either you can restart your system so that you can always have a one instance for that, or secondly you can do like you can go to your task manager and you can kill all other VS Code VS Code instances which has been opened, and then there will be only single instance, then you can work on it. Okay, and when you do all these three things, okay, then you're going to see one icon here, which is this. So this is your Einstein for developer icon. Okay, so when I click on this, so you are going to see something like this, Einstein sidebar. So here you can put your question or the instruction, and this will generate a code for you. So there are three types of code that it can generate. Like it can generate the trigger for you, it can generate the Apex class for you, it can also generate the test class for you. Okay, so all these three things it can generate for you. Okay, so the error that I have told earlier, so the error I was receiving when I clicked on this Einstein icon, so at that moment I was getting one error. So at that time I just restarted my system and it started working properly. Okay, so the next thing is like I'll put some query here and I'll see how the output are getting generated. Okay, so write a trigger to count number of contact on account record. I'll ask this question and let's see what it is going to generate. So you see it has generated the trigger and it has also put one comment here. So we have all these insert, update and delete here, and then basically it has two block. So in the first one, for insert and update, it is basically adding all those contacts account record to the account ID is set. Okay, and then in the delete one, it is basically taking the old data of contact and then it's adding the account ID of that to the account IDs. Okay, that's great. And then in the end, like it is querying over the account, and it has a sub query, and then it is basically on storing there's a number of contacts field on account, where it is storing the size of the contact, and then it is adding to that this list, and then it is going to update that account to update. So that's pretty good. Like, it has generated a very good code. And not only this, we can also generate a test class for this. So just copy it, okay, and then I'll just write a test class for below code, okay, and I'll just paste the code and I'll click on ask. Let's see. Great, so it has generated the test class as well. Okay, so we have a setup method as well, where we are generating all the data, and then we are having one test method where we are basically checking over the whatever the new account that we have created, and then it has automatically assumed that we will going to have a class, and then we will going to have a method where we are passing all the account IDs, and then we are seeing like there will be 10 contacts related to the account. So pretty good. Like, it has generated this code, but for delete I think it should also generate some code anyway, but that is something we can always modify, and if you want, you can also optimize the code. But for at this level, I think this is very good. So this is one way where we can run our instructions, and the code will be generated. So there's one more way I'll show you. Like, suppose I have created this test apex kind of class, just a class, okay, and I just made it empty. Okay, now what I'll try to do here is like I just type here like Einstein generate code. Okay, so here you can put your query. Like, I can put like write an apex class to create a contact record having test account associated with it. So like this, I have put the query here, and I can see this is running, this is getting running. If you can see here, like it is running that query, and then we get 3 options here. If we can accept the code, we can try again, or we can clear it. Let me put accept here. Okay, and you see like here we have the apex class name and the method name. Here we are going to query on the account having test as the name, and then we are creating the contact, and whatever account that it has generated, it has put the ID here, and then it is trying to insert the contact, and it has also created a catch for catching the exception. I think this is pretty good. So this apex class works for us. So I think that much for today's video, and if you have any more questions, you can put comments, and if you like the video, please subscribe the channel. Thank you so much for watching the video.